Greetings everyone! Steam Spring Sale 2023 is in full swing, so let's check out some space and sci-fi deals with a discount, well, equal or higher than 75%. Elite Dangerous, 75% off for, Space Sim veterans. This is a no-brainer. This is a very ambitious game. A lot to do here: space mining, space exploration, space mercenarying, smuggling, you name it. There's a lot to do here. Takes a lot of time to learn, but you get the real deal in terms of space simming or space sims, open worldish. I mean, the tags kind of don't do it justice, but this is the real deal. The DLC, or sure, let's call it add-on, Elite Dangerous Odyssey, is not without its criticism, but it adds the first-person shooter part to it, and in my opinion, kind of adds to it. So if you really want to go all in, I would say get both. Otherwise, if you want to just want to check the game out, 75% off, just the base game, where you can do 90% of the game that everything the game has to offer. Second part is Ace Combat 7 with 84% off. The Top Gun Maverick guys know what I'm talking about. This is the real deal. It's not as space and sci-fi, but I put it into this list because this is a solid title. Suffers a little bit of DLC-ritis, but the base game itself is solid, and the deal, 84%. Starpoint Gemini 2 with 85% off is an acquired taste. I would not recommend it for everyone, but if you're into space, open worldish adventure game, be what you want, mercenary, smuggler, assassin, this is a good title. It's, in my opinion, the best title of the series, and it brings a free DLC, Starpoint Gemini 2 Origins, which is the converted first part of the game, of the Starpoint Gemini 1, reimagined in Starpoint Gemini 2. So you basically get two games for the price of one. And the DLC Titans is also its own thing with another ship class. So you get basically with the Titans DLC 2.5 to 3 games in one. So this is a huge deal, content-wise and discount-wise. FTL with 75% off. Great game, great roguelike, still good. There's nothing more to say about this. Soundtrack is iconic at this point. Very cool thing indeed. Frostpunk. Okay, not really space sci-fi, but I counted the steampunkishness. I count it as. I said, okay, I just put it in because 80% off. Survival city builder. You make hard choices, and you have suffer the hard consequences when these choices turn out to be wrong. Not everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. The sequel is in the making, but the base game itself is absolutely solid if you're into survival city builders. The DLCs are okay. Don't need them though, but they just give you a little bit more of the game if you really have gotten through the game. So, nice deal, 80%. Stellaris with 75% off, a mainstay basically at this point for every sale day on Steam, but it's a solid thing. Base game is enough. Like most Paradox games, it suffers from a great deal of DLC-ritis, but it's okay. I mean, it's every DLC adds something to the base game, or at least most of the games, most of the no, adds to the base game. Not every DLC does. If you want to get an overlook over them, you should look at community guides, which one to get and which one to avoid. There are some you need, maybe not. Depends on how you want to play the game. But in order to do that, in order to make it educated decision, I would advise get the base game, play it, and then you kind of know what you need or what you want, and then you can look at the DLCs individually or check out what the community has to say. Nice space, grand strategy game. Endless Space. I wouldn't say competition, but it's different enough. With 75% off. Also a mainstay in sales these days. So yeah, a lot of DLC also around. They do the same thing. They expand and change the main game. There's a certain order. If you're interested in them, you should buy. But for that, you should check the community out, what they have to say. Otherwise, the base game is completely enough for all your space strategy 4X needs. It's different enough. I would, if you're not sure what to get, one or the other, I would advise you to check out some gameplay footage. Endless Space has a hero system that it's it's not the thing, but it's different enough from its competition. Homeworld Remastered Collection with 90% off. Yeah, you get 2 games for the price of 1. Homeworld 1 and 2 as remastered. Better UI in my opinion, more streamlined. Great story. It's a classic. And 90% says it all. One of the few, still playable space RTS games. Recently played through it again. Really liked it. Still good. Awesome thing. Battlefield Gothic Armada for 80% off. And yeah, if you're a 40k guy, you already know about this. If not, this is a title you can check out. It's over the top. It's cool. It's fun. Not much DLC or whatever, which you kind of don't need because the base game is a complete experience. Nice sale. And also becoming a more and more mainstay in every sale, XCOM 1 and XCOM 2, each with 90 or 80% off. I would advise, if you're looking into them as a turn-based strategy enthusiast, get the base game, get the DLC Enemy Within. For the first part or the second part, definitely base game and War of the Chosen. War of the Chosen is really good, makes more of the game, so you basically get 4. I mean, I don't want to say 4 games, but the DLCs kind of change the base game and expand on them in a cool way. But you also need, when you play the game, to kind of learn the game. So play the games without the DLCs, and then play the game with the DLCs to get the most out of it. Sounds funny. It is, because it is. Or you get the packages. There's a lot of them in them. Slingshot for XCOM 1 and the XCOM 2 DLCs. They're not needed, but they make this a round experience. The only thing I, well, would love to see be seen removed is XCOM Chimera Squad, because that, no. I'm not gonna go into detail with that, but that's XCOM in name only. Let's put it that way. Otherwise, if you take the deal, depending on which territory you live in, and 91% off, or you get basically just the local complete packs, and you can do the math by yourself if you want to pay that price. The Bureau is yeah, no. 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 Don't get that pack. XCOM 1, Enemy Within, Enemy Unknown, and XCOM 2, and XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. The rest is not mandatory, but the bundles are worth a look. And yeah. Next part is, next entry, Battletech with 75% off. Turn-based strategy game with mechs. What can I say? Well, actually, I have said everything. Turn-based strategy with mechs. Base game is solid enough. The rest is debatable. Alien Isolation, 80% off. Not only the season pass, but the main game. Yeah, I mean, what is it to say? Alien. It's Alien. Survival horror. If you've ever heard of this, you know what this is. Becoming more and more mainstay sale in the same region, kinda. I think I remember a 90% deal at some point, but still, this is a solid deal. The DLCs are okay. My suggestion would be, get the collection. Some of the DLCs are okay. Well, on the base fundamental level, okay, but one DLC makes it, crew expendable where you are, as it seems, and it is like that. You play one of the crew of the original Nostromo. It's a nice little thing. Don't expect to be a 40-hour campaign or anything. It's a short thing. The DLCs are all small thingies, and but 80% base game itself is more than enough, and that's just okay. Transistor, the Supergiant sale is also around with 80%. I picked Transistor because sci-fi list, but the entire catalog is super cool. But Transistor, 80%, awesome soundtrack. Really like this one, and if you're not familiar with Supergiant games, this is actually a good introduction into their style of making games, building the game around an awesome soundtrack, great mechanics, neat story. Doom 1, 75%. Yeah. Yeah. Still good. Liked it more than the second part. Doom 2. But still holds up. Great thing. FPS gore action. Nothing more to say to this than, you get what you pay for. Doom. The Surge with 80%. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's described as a Souls-like, but I think that is I would describe it as a Souls-esque. Has its own mechanics. It's not as Souls-like as maybe people say it is, but it isn't. Has its own thing, own unique blend of Souls-likishness, if that is even a word. But, 80% to, if you're really looking for another Souls like, 80%, put your nose in. If you lose it, respawn and try again. The DLC is not necessary. Yeah, it's simply not necessary. It's, if you want to add the weapon packs, be my guest. It's not needed. The base game is more than enough. It's complete, and it's a complete game. Soma, 80%. Yeah. First person horror game. Not as horrorish as I wanted it to be, but this lives really from the story and the horror through implication. No, I'm not gonna spoil anything. It's cool. I really like playing through this. It's nice. And, well, it's not. It's horrible, horrible. I'm not saying okay. 80% off Soma. Red Faction Gorilla, 80%. It's an older game, but it's, as it says, a remaster of a game that is still holds up. It's still great. It's one of the no, I'm not leaning myself too far out. One of the best open world games ever. Not because we can destroy everything, but you can destroy everything while laughing. It's fun. The remaster does it justice. It's cool. That's a good deal. If you're looking for a new kind of, it's an old kind of open world. Basically, the full destruction. It's the best in the Red Faction series by far. I would say if you look for an open world that you can destroy, this is your thing. Minimum, I don't know, 40 hours, 50 hours, single player campaign. The rest is just pure and utter destruction. You can really cut loose. Yeah, the Shadowrun trilogy. Can I call it that? Yeah. Shadowrun trilogy, Dragonfall, Shadowrun Returns, and Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the best of the three. It's not really a trilogy, though. It's it's Shadowrun, but not in a trilogy in the sense of a trilogy. If I can't even make myself clear, I'm not completely lost everything in lost my mind. Cool thing. If you had to choose, I would say Hong Kong. Check it out. If you really like this kind of CRPGing, the rest is on the wish list. These are regularly on sale. Around the same discount range. So, pick one. I like them all. Or as an alternative, play them in order of release. You can't do anything wrong with those. If you're a CRPG guy, this is okay. The director's cut. Yeah. Why would you, not play the director's cut? You can't get the other one for Dragonfall and Returns. So yeah, there are also other options, but the base games are completely enough. They contain everything. The more you get, the more you take, the more you get, and that's also okay. Adrift. Okay, that's more. Not a 100% recommendation. It's with 75% off. Single player atmospheric game. I haven't played it in VR, but it's very, very, very atmospheric. It's not horror or anything. It's more a survival adventure where you try to stay alive, solve a riddle, and it's beautiful to play through. Really liked it, but it's, as you can see, not without its criticism. But if you're looking for a atmospheric astronaut pseudo contemporary adventure, this is you should maybe give this a look. Xmorph Defense, a tower defense strategy game. And no, it's not. It's not like Dota or anything. This is more, story-driven alien invasion tower defense scenario where you build towers, try to lead the enemy hordes through certain paths where you can, drop your towers on them and fight them off. If you're not sure about this title, comes with a demo. If you're into this, not everyone is. It's a special. It's a niche. But with 80% off, yeah. If you're into this, I would advise getting all the DLC, at least gaming DLCs. Soundtrack is really cool. Nothing to switch off, and the DLCs expand on the story and deliver actually the ending to the game. To the game story, and I like this kind of game, tower defense style. I don't like the MOBA style. I think tower defense should be focused on towers and not some guy. But I'm getting off track here. And oh no, another tower defense. In terms of this is for tower defense, 75% off. Defense Grid 1 or The Awakening. If you're interested in that, in tower defense strategy games, this tower defense strategy game, you should take a look at all the DLCs and get it. They give you stuff. If you're a sucker for this completely will satisfy all your tower defense needs. The DLCs have a lot of spoiler. Easter eggs in them, so yeah. 75% off. Also with the sequel. I mean, the sequel is a sequel. I think the first one was better, but that's just a matter of opinion. It's also good, but different. Base game is more than enough. You see no DLC really here. So, yeah, that's that. Since then, there's no third part. That doesn't mean that this part is bad. It's just different. That's basically it. And, okay, the last tower defense anything, Sanctum 1, 80% off. This is a first-person shooter tower defense, so you literally just are on the field with your weapons fighting these monsters, and you're placing all the towers from your perspective while shooting. I think this is super fun, but maybe I'm just crazy. I like it. Nice soundtrack. It's cool. It's better than the sequel in my opinion. The DLC make this also round things up. The 3D DLC is completely okay. If you want more of it, the map packs are also okay-ish. And with 80% off, one of the Coffee Stains Studios more early products. I like it. Sanctum 2 is okay too, but there's a reason why there is no Sanctum 3. Redout Enhanced Edition, 75% off. It's a racing game, F-Zero style, pod racing style. It's cool, awesome soundtrack. You drive and you drive fast. If you're not sure about this, the demo is here to answer all your questions. From time to time, one does need some not super realistic racing game, some more arcadic style. It's okay. Can't say anything about the DLC. Don't need it. The base game is complete. Unless they really add something, I can't say anything about them. And last but not least, the last deal for today, 75% off Dead Core. This is not a shooter, this is a platformer, and this is a difficult one. And I'm not using the word difficult inflationary. This is hard as balls. This is a challenge. This is a real challenge, and you will suffer here. But that's the point. Nobody talks about this game anymore. I don't know why. Maybe because it's as difficult as I'm saying, and I'm still. It still hurts. There were times I gave up on this, and I think I have given up halfway through. But halfway through, it's still better than just after giving up after the first 3-4 levels. This is fun, but this is hard as balls. And with this, I'm venturing out into the night and crying myself to sleep. 75% off Dead Core. If you're not sure about this, check out some gameplay footage of this. This is ultimately fun, but it's hard. And I'm off. I hope I found something for you that interests you. If not, well, post me in other deals. I'm looking for space sci-fi deals and some good games like it. And I wish you a great day. Bye.